And this is the iHeartRadio show. This is to talk about the releases of more NXT. I mean, the release of NXT superstars from the company. And then ever since I told y'all the last time, I couldn't even much do a iHeart Radio show because I couldn't do day one because you know it's going to be a short pay-per-view. And then you have Leah Morgan winning the WWE champion. It's about WWE creative. Vince does not even much see that and Leah Morgan becoming a future WWE Raw Women's Championship because he don't see that in her. Then we have Roman Reigns. He was either much out to either much due to COVID. He either much had the test positive from COVID. That's the reason why WWE either much had booked that match. A 5-on-5 match and added Brock Lesnar in the match. And then you either much had Bobby Ashley, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, Big E, and Brock Lesnar and Bobby Ashley in the match. And that's the reason why that WWE, and look, WWE, they was booking Big E well on all cylinders. You had him cash in the WWE Money in the Bank contract on September the 27th, and you either much had Big E ended up beating Bobby Ashley in the cage match, ended up winning the WWE Championship off of Bobby Ashley, ended up beating Kevin Owens, ended up beating Drew McIntyre in WWE Saudi Arabia. And then in WWE, this is how dirty you are going to end up taking the WWE Championship off of Big E. You could have had him go into WrestleMania with the WWE Championship. Oh, no, you want to take it out the bet off and either much put it on Brock Lesnar. That's what WWE wanted to do. Look, Brock Lesnar ain't gonna be sticking around in the WWE that long anyway. So you either much want to you mean to tell me that since WWE had pulled the trigger, that's to take the belt off of Big E and put it on Brock Lesnar. And then you know he ain't gonna be showing up the house shows every Monday Night Raw. You know he's not gonna be showing up the house shows and these WWE live main events. Ain't gonna be showing up on Monday Night Raw to defend that title, and you ain't gonna see that title into WrestleMania. And I thought I told y'all that. And then we sitting up here talking about how petty that Vince McMahon, look, he is soldier. Look, Vince McMahon, I mean Triple H created these WWE superstars. He created Karrion Kross, he created Keith Lee, he created Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, and Calio O'Reilly. He has created them in NXT and went on to sign some independent wrestlers. And Triple H had signed it. And then Triple H was doing everything right. He had women that he was pushing in the company. He had Hit Row, he created, and then Top Dollar and Isaiah Swerve down in NXT. Then they get called up to the WWE main roster. And then you either much have them ended up get drafted to SmackDown. Look, WWE needs some fresh blood in that tag team division. WWE need to repackage Hit Row. WWE could have been pushing Isaiah Swerve. They could have did something with him and Kobe Kingston. They could have did something with Isaiah Swerve in Top Dollar. I'm sorry, Isaiah Swerve and Ashanti Adonis is tag team championship feuding with the Usos, and they could have had them doing that. And so they end up releasing B Fab, and you have Top Dollar wanted to be a rapper so badly on blasting everybody on off of social media. Look, if he want to be a rapper, that's him. If he want to have a rap career behind him, that's him. Okay. And AEW would never sign Isaiah Swerve, and Top Dollar, and B Fab, and Ashanti Adonis to AEW. Because they all three got to be signed to a multiple-year contract for 5 years and be locked into a multiple contract. And so I don't know what are you getting these information from. Like I told y'all before, if you really do not like me and you don't love me, you don't hate you hate me, you don't like me, you don't love me because I always bring the facts like I did Queen Lay when I was in her live screen chat and all the rest of those geeks who is in her chat. I had spitted the facts and tell them just to let them know. And so everything with Triple H creator Vince McMahon had washed it all the way down. He's jealous. You have Vince McMahon team is jealous of Triple H team because he knows what he's doing. And I keep telling people Vince McMahon ain't no good. I'm telling you, he is not gonna step down no time soon. And long as you got that idiot Bruce Picture is there. Long as you got John Lawrence Knight is there kissing Vince McMahon ass. Long as you either much got Kevin Dunn is gonna be a WWE lifer in that seat to the day he's dead and gone. He is just there collecting pay, getting paid by Vince McMahon because he's Vince McMahon ass kisser. He's Vince McMahon ass kisser. And he does not even much like professional wrestling. Vince McMahon, his ass don't either like professional wrestling. And you see people talking, oh, you know that Triple H is in charge of WWE. No, I'm sorry, Triple H is not in charge of WWE, and Shawn Michaels is not either. And while Bruce and Vince running NXT 2.0, that trash show, and you either much have Shawn Michaels that's there being a puppet for Vince McMahon. And then either much let me read this. Roman Reigns medically cleared from returning to SmackDown. And then Roman Reigns announced that he had tested positive for COVID-19 on January the 1st, just hours before he was due to defend his Universal Champion against Brock Lesnar, and they won as a result. The match was postponed, and Lesnar was added to the WWE Championship Figure 4-Way match. Instead, the Scorpion went on to win about by pinning the different champion Big E after a Thunder F5. And if Big E wasn't um did dirty, if Big E didn't, Brock Lesnar wasn't added to the figure 4-Way match, that means Big E could have been the one that retained his title against Bobby Lashley, Kevin Owens, and Seth Rollins. and he would have retained his WWE Championship if Brock Lesnar was not added to the match. Then we either much have either much who is I mentioning? Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar that day one, and then if Roman didn't test positive COVID, and then people tell me, oh, Roman Reigns, it was a fake COVID. He had lied and say he had COVID to WWE on Twitter. So it was a fake COVID. He lied to WWE and said he had COVID. So he can get his weight out of that match. So he can keep from losing his WWE Universal Championship. And then he can either that look, Brock Lesnar was not gonna win. And if he did, he would have got into the Royal Rumble and won, and then would have got his match against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. And now, the only person who should be taking that title off of Roman Reigns is Walter. So he's supposed to be having his last match in NXT. So you give Bruce Pritchard something great, he is going to ruin him. So what have I been telling y'all, people? He is going to ruin him. And then we the much sitting up there looking like. And let me read this. So every WWE release January the 5th, 22. WWE released many because offered coaches a writer on January the 5th, 2022, including most shocking former NXT general manager William Regal. Here is everyone released on January the 5th, 22. As reported by Mike Johnson of PW Insider, William Regal has left WWE. The report come after it was confirmed that Road Dogg, who had been working at the Performance Center, had also been released. And the reports that Johnson and the Chris guy as known as Ace Spiel, who worked it as a coach, notable with CM Punk, has also left the company as departed to develop a couple as Rager Soul, who was working with the NXT run after Cruz managed the Great Khali and Rhino Kaz had been working with NXT since 2015. And either much so we either much had my boy Tony Khan either much got a TBS champion that we seen Jay Kroger won. Look, this girl is 19 and old. Nobody hasn't beat her, so they keeping her build up strong. And he has, and I looked at it, he got 1 million network on TBS, 1 billion network on TBS. And this dude can go out and get him a Karen Cross. He can go get him a Bray Wyatt, get him a Keith Lee, Tony Storm over there to that main roster, and that women's division will be a whole lot better over there in AEW. But I just came on here and give y'all some information, but I'm out. So because I don't have nothing else to say about this dysfunctional company, WWE.